Welcome to Passport Mommy. I'm your host, Michelle Jerson. This show is for anyone raising little humans. We feature experts with tips and advice to enrich the lives of our children. Mom and dad entrepreneurs tell us their inspiring stories. Learn about products that could make both you and your child's life easier and more fun. And of course, fellow parents discuss and laugh about what's happening in their child's world. Motherhood is a journey. Thanks for joining me on mine. Welcome to Passport Mommy. I'm your host, Michelle Jerson. I hope you had a fabulous week. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having fun, gearing up for the holiday season, whatever that's going to look like for you. Have you started your holiday shopping yet? I haven't, and I do this every year. I know in the back of my mind I have to get gifts for certain people. My daughter's teachers, the babysitter, anybody else that you go to, services person. You want to make sure that you take care of them during the holidays, but I do tend to wait until the last minute. However, I'm thrilled to have on the show today Andrew Krasny because he's going to give us some out-of-the-box gift ideas that maybe we didn't think about for our loved ones. And also, as you've been hearing on the show, we've been talking with Amberlynn Fatal from Garden of Life, and there is nothing better, in my opinion, than giving the gift of health to yourself and to somebody else. And they have so many wonderful organic, non-GMO, made from real food, vitamins, supplements, minerals, everything to enhance your beauty, ladies, to stress relief. And we know we can all use that around this time. So again, I'm partnering with Garden of Life until the end of the year. You can take 25% off their entire website. Just go to gardenoflife.com, promo code Passport Mommy, no spaces. Again, that's gardenoflife.com, promo code Passport Mommy to take 25% off their entire website. Amber will be coming up later on in the show, but here's my interview with Andrew Krasny, brought to you by GoPro, Turtle Beach, Rocket, and Kohler. So clearly this holiday season is looking very different than past holiday seasons, but still we're trying to think of that perfect gift for everybody in our life, whether it's the coworker, the boss, the babysitter, the teacher. And so I'm very happy to have with me today Andrew Krasny. He is a TV host and consumer trends expert, and he is going to give us some great tips on what kind of gift ideas and what there is out there, because I don't know about you, but every year I am stumped the same thing. You'd think I'd have this down already, and every year I just don't know what to get people. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for being here.
Michelle, thanks for having me on. And I got to tell you, it's a great time to really hunker down and think about who we're shopping for. We tend to, when we shop, think about what we want because we're spending our money, right? So we got to think about who we're shopping for. That means recipient smart. And don't be afraid to shop local. I know it's great to shop online and it's safe now, but we need to remember, especially now, our local brick and mortar. So you can order from them and you can pick it up safely, contactless pickups, and also to think about quality over quantity. Don't be afraid to spend a couple extra dollars, do your research, get the best deal, and think about the good value that you're getting. But at the same time, don't be afraid to spend $1 or $2 more to make sure that your recipient really uses and loves what you buy them.
Right, exactly. I've been guilty of that, just doing like check the box. Okay, I got the gift. And then after I'm like, oh, what did I get them? I feel so embarrassed. So,
exactly.
Yeah, you definitely, that's a great tip there. So what are some of your favorite gift ideas this holiday season?
Okay, I'm excited. I got to tell you, I'm obsessed with the Moxie shower head and wireless speaker. It is a full spray shower head by Kohler. You've heard of Kohler, right?
Yep.
And a portable speaker with outstanding sound quality from Harman Kardon. So combine those two and suddenly your shower is going to take on a whole new meaning. I'm obsessed. It's easy to do it yourself installation. It even comes with plumber's tape. It's hands-free control. You have two versions, Bluetooth, right? So you can listen to your iPhone now in the shower without having to worry about damaging it. Or they have the Alexa embedded one that you can actually talk to your shower head. You can literally say, hey, Alexa, create a list for me for the grocery store. I need grapes and walnuts for my stuffing. Or let's be sure to mention to my boss about the merger that we're doing tomorrow. You can create notes and reminders for yourself while you're taking a shower. It pops out super easily so you can take it on the go with you. And what I love about it, it's affordable, about $175, and it can go with you anywhere you want it to go. And it's high quality. I'm literally dancing while I'm taking a shower now.
I love that. And I feel like all my thoughts come to me while I'm in the shower, right? That's when you're decompressing, your to-do list comes to your mind. So I think that's perfect.
It's amazing. You can say, hey, Alexa, you can hook it up to the heating system in your house to have it warm when you get out of the shower. It's crazy. Hey, I got a question for you. Do you have any gamers in your life? Do you know anybody who plays games online?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, my husband. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your husband. I love that you admit it. Okay, so no matter what age your gamer is, I've got two great new ideas to bring you about gaming, and they're really affordable and they're game changers, no pun intended. So big news from Turtle Beach. The Stealth 600 Generation 2 is a successor to the best-selling Stealth 600 that was a couple years ago. It's a wireless console gaming headset that's totally been redesigned for the next generation Xbox Series X or Series X, or for even PS5, PlayStation 5. And it also works with all the original games that we've seen over the last few years. Immersive surround sound, crystal clear chat, super comfortable. Turtle Beach's exclusive features like ProSpec glasses and superhuman hearing. So you've got that competitive edge. It's available in black and white for under $100. It's a complete game changer that's you're going to hit a home run no matter what you're going to do. Now, if you're like me and I'm not the most sophisticated when it comes to gaming. I like to play off of my computer or off of my cell phone. Right. And a great gaming device is from Turtle Beach's award-winning PC brand, which is Rocket, ROCCAT. They've got their ELO series, which is their latest line of PC headsets, which includes their ELO X series. They've got a couple different versions, easy to use, large 50mm speakers for precise game sound, high sensitivity mic, like I told you before. You want crystal clear chat. So when you're talking to your fellow gamers that are all over the world, you want to feel like you're really immersed in that game. And this one works across all your devices, even the ones we talked about with consoles, but it also works with all your PC devices or your tablets. And that's from Rocket, and that's available for under $50.
Wow, love it. Perfect price point, too. All right, what else do you have?
Okay, now, this is really cool for a couple different reasons. If you're a parent who wants to capture life's most precious moments, or if you're a teenager who likes to capture moments that are going to go viral, if I'm somewhere in between, right? I'm a little obsessed with creating content right now. And the newest from GoPro is the perfect gift. I'm talking about the Hero 9, and why I'm so excited about it, Michelle, is that it's the first to capture the 20 megapixel photos. 20 megapixels, that's outrageous. And 5K video. What 5K video means is that this stuff that you're capturing is broadcast quality. It's what you see on network television. And it's a content creator's dream. It's rugged, it's waterproof. And why I've become such a fan of GoPro over the years is that it frees you up to capture these moments. You don't have to hold the camera. You don't have to worry about dropping it or getting it wet. And it's creating these moments for you that are going to last forever. And that's available for the mid 400 range, but all sorts of great bundle deals. If you want to go to GoPro.com and check them out, you can get these great bundle deals about places where you can store these memories in a safe place and it doesn't compromise your quality at all. And if you're a fan of their lifestyle, their brand, they've got great water-resistant parkas, overnight duffels. It's really a way to go if you're a content creator.
Yes, yes. And then when we are ready to travel again, we could take our GoPro with us.
Yeah, well, listen, I think what's great about GoPro, right, is that you don't really have to take it traveling with you. If you want to go out into the snow and you want to capture that point of view, that what you're seeing when you're sledding or when you're jogging or when your baby's taking his or her first steps, this gives you that perspective, that point of view where you're really getting it from what your eyes are seeing. And you can literally mount it to your chest, or there's even a mouth mount, because they say that from your mouth area is where you get the best point of view when you're looking at that kind of content. But I really am impressed with GoPro's quality. This is crystal clear and modern, and it's really great for this generation of teens, especially who are creating content, because now that's what we're doing. We're creating content and being able to share it now with our loved ones and people all over the world via, say, Zoom or sending emails with embedded messages, or even on things like TikTok and YouTube.
Exactly. And when you mentioned your child's first steps and all your child's first, my brother had it in the room when my sister-in-law was giving birth.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a really great way to not be holding up a camera per se while you're trying to coach your spouse and to get them through the labor, but being able to capture that moment.
You're so right, because what happens is when people are having content videotaped or created, they don't want to feel like someone's got a camera in their face. And when you've got a camera attached to you, it's much more personable. It's much more it's less invasive, and you're really able to capture those precious moments. And I think that's what GoPro has really accomplished over the last few years.
Absolutely. So any last tips that you have, and tell us where we can go for all the information on these products?
Well, thanks for asking. Everything we talked about today is at betterstuffforlife.com. And I think, like I said to you earlier when we first started talking, is don't be afraid to give your local brick and mortar support. You can get, contactless pickups, and it keeps them in mind. We need to remember that they're struggling a little bit or a lot of it. And to be able to shop with them, we can research online, get the best price, and give our local brick and mortars an opportunity to earn our business. And also, if you're going to be ordering online, be sure that when things get delivered to you, that it can be delivered safely, and that you don't have to worry about people stealing your packages. So make sure that you're home, or that they can deliver it, or even Amazon now, if you can even give them access to a garage to leave packages for you in a safe and sound place.
Terrific. Such great advice. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Andrew Krasny. Thank you so much for being here and for these great tips.
My pleasure. Stay safe.
You too. So unfortunately, I feel like with a lot of people going through hard times right now, there has been an increase in car theft. I know in my area, I keep seeing on all the neighborhood apps that people are posting about their cars being stolen out of their driveway. And one thing that I keep telling myself I need to do that I have not done yet is to get a Ring doorbell. I know so many of my neighbors have them. They've captured so much great footage on it. They've really been able to help other neighbors in the complex. And so, it's funny. I don't really need anything for the holidays. Whenever people ask, what do you need? I always say nothing. I can't think of anything. But this year, that's what I thought of. I thought of a Ring doorbell, because that is one thing to protect myself, to put my mind at ease, to know that I'm seeing what's out around me, for my kids, if anything should happen. So today, I'm so happy to have with me Crystal Cruz. She is a broadcast journalist, a neighborhood expert, and host of Ring's Neighborhood Stories. Hi, Crystal. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me. I just loved everything you said. And that really captures what the Ring Video Doorbell is all about. Staying connected with your family, making sure your family is safe, making sure your home is safe, and of course, making sure the things that you own are safe. You just mentioned you've heard about car break-ins. The Neighbors app is a great way to stay connected with your neighbors and learn about things happening in your neighborhood. Maybe package thefts, or lost pets, or even crime and things like that. So the Neighbors app, I would encourage you to download the Neighbors app. It's free by Ring. You can download it on your iPhone or Android. And here's the thing, you don't even need a Ring device to download the Neighbors app. However, we'd love for you to have a Ring Video Doorbell.
So tell me, what exactly is the Neighbors app?
Yeah, so the Neighbors app is just really about connecting neighborhoods, letting them share safety information with each other, staying connected in a really safe way. With the pandemic, maybe it's not safe to go door to door asking about information. Have you seen my dog? Have you seen this? With the Neighbors app, you can post on there and say, hey, have you seen this happen in the neighborhood, or have you heard about this? Also, it's a really great way to stay connected with your local police and fire departments. It's a great way for them to share information with the neighborhood, about missing persons report or an investigation going on. And we've also seen, I live in California, so we've also seen people post on the Neighbors app when wildfires happen. So again, it's a great way to get involved with your neighborhood in a really safe way.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have a few safety tips to keep in mind just during the holiday, during the giving season? It's never a wrong time to think about safety.
It isn't. And I can tell you, we have two new features on the Neighbors app. One is our COVID-19. So if someone is looking to learn about testing sites, everyone maybe shared a holiday with maybe a friend or a family member. And if people want to learn about, where can I get tested for free? Again, that's a safety tip. You can head over to the COVID-19 feature, learn about active cases in your area. It's specific, tailored to your county and state. Also, we have the community resources feature. And again, great place to get safety tips, local health and safety information, whether it's mental health services, victim support, or even information about animal control. And with Giving Tuesday on the horizon, it's a really great place to learn about, maybe you want to give your time, you want to volunteer at a homeless shelter. You can learn about your community resources on the Neighbors app on those 2 new features.
Terrific. And so I want to hear about the Neighborhood series. I haven't seen it yet. How long have you been hosting it? It's called Neighborhood Stories.
Yeah, so Neighborhood Stories, I've been hosting it for almost a year now. And if you haven't seen it, you need to head over to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. It's just a really great series showcasing our neighbors, their stories, their videos. So we're talking about those neighborly moments where neighbors just go above and beyond for each other. One example was a little beagle got out of the yard, and the neighbors found him and brought Brutus back. He's a beagle. I also own a beagle, so they do go rogue. And so the neighbors were so kind. They brought Brutus back, but his owner wasn't home. So they used the Ring video doorbell to say, hey, we have your dog. And then the owner was able to talk to them through the 2-way talk feature and say, okay, can you just put him in the backyard for me? I'll be home shortly. And so that's what you're seeing when you see our Neighborhood Stories series. And we post those every Thursday. And if anyone wants to share their videos or stories with us, we encourage you to share them. We love seeing them, and you can send them to stories@ring.com.
Great. So let me ask you, what are some of the most dramatic videos you've seen?
Oh my goodness. My favorite video ever was a snake at the front door. I don't know if you like snakes, but snakes sort of scare me, and they really scared this neighbor of ours. He was heading home. He got a Ring alert on his phone, and he could see the snake dangling in front of his front door. And he just knew, okay, I'm not going close to the front door until that snake is out of sight. And so you see him pull up. He's like, oh my goodness, there's a snake. And he just said, because of the Ring video doorbell, he was so dramatic. He was so funny. He said, I would have had a heart attack because I'm so afraid of snakes. So thank you for giving me the heads up about that. So those are some of the stories we see.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me, a few nights ago, I heard some crazy screams. I think it was in our backyard. I didn't know if it was kids. Then I realized it was animals. And I asked my neighbor, and she said she thinks it's coyotes. And she has a Ring doorbell in her front yard. And she says, I'm getting something for the back, so we could see what's going on back there.
Yes, and it'd be great for anyone who wants to put some cams out back, floodlight cam, spotlight cam, and we have great deals right now. So head to ring.com and check out those deals, because I just checked on them, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to get some more cams for my house and my mom's house.
Yes, perfect. Crystal Cruz, thank you so much for being here today. Have a wonderful holiday. I'm so happy to have back with us this week Amberlynn Vital. She is an educator with my favorite company, Garden of Life. She has been here with us over the past few weeks. We've been talking all about our kids' immunity, about how to keep ourselves healthy during this time, how to work on our stress levels, how to make ourselves beautiful, both inside and out, and also just how to look out for our family's health. And as we get closer and closer to the big holidays, you know that we all start eating a lot. And that's the biggest thing is, right? How do we not put on all of that weight during the holidays? So again, today I have with me Amberlynn Vital. In addition to being an educator with Garden of Life, a little bit about her. She completed her training as a nutritionist through the American Health Sciences University in 2000 and as an Ayurvedic clinical consultant through the Florida Vedic College in 2005. And after her years consulting on integrative nutrition and practices with physicians, acupuncturists, and chiropractors, she became an educator with Garden of Life in 2014 and continues to empower extraordinary health nationwide. And we are empowering moms week by week, hopefully, with Amber's wonderful advice and hacks. Hi, Amber. Thank you so much again for being here.
Thanks for having me back, Michelle.
Sure. So we're almost at that time. It's the holidays. I don't know about you, but a lot of people, they are like, oh, sugar, carbs, yay. And like you were joking a few weeks ago with Thanksgiving, it's like, okay, how much of that is the closet eating to relieve the stress of the holidays? And how much of it is it just because it's there?
Absolutely. I remember in my 20s, and I didn't even have kids. So in my 20s, I was really at the whim of Candida infections in my gut. Mm-hmm. And when you have Candida, you crave sugars like crazy. These organisms inside of you are saying, feed us more sugar so we can ferment it. And they change your brain activity. They truly do change your behavior. And I just would eat like an insane amount of cookies and cakes and stuff on the holidays until I just felt, I don't know how I did it. Right. If I have one full dessert today, I feel awful.
Yep.
So it's really amazing what your body can convince you to do. And I know a lot of you might feel trapped in that cycle right now. So know that I have been there. And the way that I got out of it is proper fats and proteins. Like that is the way to get a hold of it and change the kinds of carbohydrates you eat. Because believe me, I ate kale, I ate salad, I ate broccoli, I ate quinoa, I was pretty vegetarian though. So my protein intake wasn't what it needed to be. And that set me up for failure. And once I learned to have better quality protein and quality fat, stopped fearing the fat, I had much better control over those extra carbohydrates and those snacks. And so that's really for our kids, for our spouses, and for ourselves, what we have to do to set ourselves up for success. Our meals need to be balanced. I have 12 and a 14-year-old now. My 14-year-old, God, I mean, the amount of carbs he wants, and he likes to bake too. So he always wants to make cinnamon rolls and biscuits and all this stuff, which is, he does a great job, but I can't consume all that. So how do I put him in a state where he's not craving it? You know, yes, he eats bowls of cereal. Yes, he'll eat a bowl of ice cream, but at dinner, you know, it's going to be healthy roasted potatoes. It's going to be rice. It's going to be like a tapioca starch called fufu. You know, it's going to be something that is a really healthful carb, and I'll let him fill up on that because kids need it, but they need to eat their protein and they need to eat their fat and they need to eat their veggies in some form. And so we have to, if they're eating a balanced meal, and snacking is the worst. If you think you're going to get through the day on even a Garden of Life protein bar, 2 protein bars a day and a shake, you won't. It may have technically all the right components, but sitting down to a balanced meal is different to your nervous system. Your body knows the difference between snacking and getting by and having a full balanced meal. So at least one time a day, you need a full balanced meal. If you can do lunch and dinner, even better, or breakfast and lunch and do a light dinner, that's great. But at least once a day, you need a full balanced meal, and that will set your family up for success. The rest is hacking into it.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned the Garden of Life protein bars, because I can't believe in all of our conversations I haven't brought that up, because I consume at least one a day and it's my go-to. I'm walking out the door, I grab a bar and I take it in the car because I know I'm going to need it. I know I'm going to need it to keep my energy up. And that's another thing that my kids absolutely love. We were doing a photo shoot the other day and the photographer must have thought I was a horrible mom. I kept saying to my daughter, if you smile really well, I'll give you some chocolate. And what I meant was the Garden of Life protein bars because she loves them. But all I kept saying is chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. And all they ask for is their chocolate bar, which is Garden of Life. And I feel comfortable giving them that. But I do rely a lot on those bars.
Absolutely. And I feel like you shouldn't leave home without it. It really is something you need to have. If I am sitting in the car, like say I had to go take the car in for an oil change or something and it's taking forever. If I open my console and there's a protein bar in there, I'm good. I'm like set. I don't want to survive on it, but having it with me means that I'm not going to go and get something out of the vending machine. The difference between a Garden of Life protein bar, whether I choose the plant protein or something else, and a Snickers is tremendous. It's a tremendous difference on the body. So having those things, if your kids like them, that's great. You can make protein shakes for your kids too. These are all little ways to kind of hack into that, and having snacks available for them that don't, overwhelm their systems. And then we have to be prepared for ourselves first and foremost, because if we have the ability to set a harmonious environment in the home, their stress level, your kid's stress level, your spouse's stress level will be lower and they will crave less sugar. So if we have taken care of ourselves and we are in a balanced mood because our blood sugar is balanced and our stress level is manageable, everybody else will be able to wait a little longer for the healthy dinner. They won't be looking for a reward. They'll be able to hear what you're saying and respond accordingly. How we have nourished ourselves changes how we communicate, and that will affect what our family wants too. Because there are households, Michelle, where, the mom really is saying, I'll give you a candy if you just be quiet for the next 3 minutes. That is really happening. And or pop something in the kid's mouth that they have to suck on a long time so they can't yell and scream and talk. We're all just trying to get by and survive. And there are alternatives for that. Even our gummies, like we have gummies for kids for a probiotic, for vitamin D3, for immune support, for elderberry, for turmeric. Okay, there's like a whole bag of gummies. Instead of some fruit snack, you can give them these healthful gummies with no sugar that are bringing them, support to their immune system. And you can be like, you're going to be saying, do you want your little candy, honey? And people are going to be like, oh, she's terrible. No.
Right.
That's too judgy. It's not, people aren't really judging you on that because everybody's doing it, but you're giving them something that's actually beneficial that they see as candy because you started it as a habit very early on. Even our chewable probiotics are like a sweet tart, but they're very good for you.
Yes. I know my daughter loves, and my son too, the little kids' vitamins, the multis that are chewable bears. And she says to me the other day, she says, these are a little spicy. I said, they are? Because I've tried. I was like, I don't think so. But anyway, she's detecting some flavor in them that she really likes. And she asks me for them every morning.
A little zingy, a little bit tart. Yeah. I mean, if we're talking, I'm just going to divert this because we have these gummies out now in our immune support line that are all for kids, and the true gummy texture, it's a game changer. If I still had a kindergartner, 6, 7, 8-year-old that I'm sending a lunch to school, instead of buying even gummy bunnies, I'm trying not to say brands here, I would be putting a bag of these, vitamin D3 gummies, immune gummies, all of this together in a bag. So they've got their little candy bag of gummies, and they're not tempted to have the snacks at school that we know are so bad for them. I used to do that with crackers so that they wouldn't eat Cheez-Its, but I'm sure they still snuck it.
Right.
So these are our little ways. And if you start early, that's what they like. That's what they crave, and they're good for them. So we're working on ways to really, totally fool your children into thinking they're getting a candy when they're really getting something.
That's great. No, I love it. And like I said, I do it every day, and I can't imagine what they think of me when I say this, but I'm like, ha, they're eating all this really good food. And I think I told you my son and my daughter, they just love the greens powders and the wheatgrass powder in their yogurt every morning. And my son will eat it plain, even without yogurt. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what I've created here, but go for it. And I love it. I love that they love doing that.
Absolutely. And you're fortunate. A lot of parents are going to come to this later, and their kids are going to be comparing it to something that they've had that's a conventional commercial product. And so it is a lot harder to get them, converted. And so it's really what you change in your daily meals. It's that you change over, canola oil for olive oil or grapeseed oil or coconut oil or ghee, You change out your vegetable oils, you change out your frying fats for things that are much more healthy, and gradually your family will notice a change. Steaming up some broccoli and having everybody eat it. It's okay to put butter on it. It's okay to put salt on it. Have everybody eat a little bit. Gradually, we will change everyone's system, and they'll make better choices as time goes on. And when it comes down to it, and all those desserts and all those holiday treats are in front of them, the best thing that they can get is a stomach ache from eating a cookie.
Right. Exactly. So I'm definitely going to head to gardenoflife.com because I want to check out these new gummies that you're talking about. So if we wanted to have just a staple in our closet for us and for our kids when it comes to gummies or anything else that could just help us control our sugar craving.
Having the right nutrition for your kids is first and foremost. So those zinc and vitamin C and D3, the vitamin C spray, all of these help them be nourished so that they're not craving things that they shouldn't. It also allows you to say, especially to young kids, I'll give you a little gummy candy if you can finish that up, or if you can give mommy a minute, and it gives you something healthful that you can give them. For us, for the adults, We have to have, like we said, those protein bars or protein shakes as a shake-up thing that is a go-to. And here's the thing that I would start. If you know that you're going to have major cravings through the holidays and be making bad choices, start now on our Raw Fit or our Keto Fit products, because they have that ashwagandha, they have green coffee bean extract, they have protein, and they have fiber. And you will be very much supported in your stress response and be able to control your sugar cravings going into the holidays if you start now. So if you have that every day, you'll get into a regimen, and the choices that you make will be much better. And then you'll feel better about yourself, and then you'll make more better choices. And it's just this great positive feedback loop. So check out those fit products. They're perfect for the holiday, whether or not you need to lose weight. That's not what it's about. It's about controlling your stress, controlling your cravings, and making better choices.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much, Amber Vitale from Garden of Life. We have a few more minutes left in the next segment, so I want to talk about this a little bit more. Any other tips that you have? And again, what products we should be looking for on the Garden of Life website just to help us support, because I know we all could use the help with the sugar cravings and the carb cravings, especially when we're tired and stressed, which is what we talked about in previous weeks. And if you're like me, you've been stressed, especially during this time, especially if you are a mom at home balancing so much. So I don't know about you, but I'm actually more excited than ever for our holiday season, because my sincere hope for you and your family is that you are happy and healthy. And that is why I am thrilled to be partnering with Garden of Life. And that's why we have been having these wonderful conversations with Amberlynn Vitale. She's here to empower us with healthy holiday hacks so that we can enjoy all the goodness of the holiday season while also being good to our health. She works on the education team at Garden of Life. As you know, they're a health and wellness company. And you've been hearing me talk about their amazing products and how our family just loves them and uses them daily. And I want you to experience these products for yourself. So that's why I've partnered with them this holiday season to offer you some exclusive prices on the Garden of Life products. So here's how it will work. You just create an account on gardenoflife.com so that you can shop. Use promo code Passport Mommy, no spaces, in the shopping cart, and you will get an additional 25% off their already low prices. So all you have to do again is go to gardenoflife.com, put in promo code Passport Mommy, no spaces, and take 25% off until the end of the year. So if you are looking for organic and non-GMO supplements, vitamins, minerals that come from clean, tested, and trusted foods, I highly recommend Garden of Life. We're talking with Amberlynn Vitale. She is an educator with Garden of Life. If you're not familiar with Garden of Life, they are personally, honestly, I tell you, my favorite brand ever. And I don't say that lightly. You know, I don't really promote a lot of brands so outwardly, but I am such a fan, and I have used their products for so many years to help with so many things, from energy, my probiotics, my multis, elderberry extract over the winter time, stress relief, collagen. I mean, if you looked in my cabinets, I have everything. I have so much. And so that's why I'm so thrilled to have with me Amberlynn Vitale, because she is an educator with them, and she is here just to share so much information, especially now around the holidays when we are all craving the sugar, that carb. It's really easy to run and get those items. They're so available in the stores, and maybe people are bringing them over their house, or maybe we're just bringing them into the home, and we're either eating them because we're stressed, or we're just eating them because, hey, that's what we do at the holidays. So Amber, we were talking about some great products that we could use instead to just help manage those cravings.
Absolutely. So I was talking about the Raw Fit, which is a plant-based protein powder, and the Keto Fit, which is a whey protein and butter-based powder. So one has more fat than the other one. So if you're used to a lot of fat consumption and fat really works well for you, the Keto Fit is a really good option if you're more of a plant-based person, vegan, than the Raw Fit. Both of them have the ashwagandha. We've talked about how good that is for managing your stress response, which changes your blood sugar balance, which changes the food choices you make and the intensity of your cravings. And they both also have green coffee bean extract, which actually scientifically has been proven to help your body use fat for energy rather than glucose. And fat has more than twice the energy per gram than glucose does, than carbohydrates do. And so you get a longer energy burn from that. And so you don't run out as quickly. And we all know what happens when we get low blood sugar. And consistently getting low blood sugar is an indicator that you might be a candidate for diabetes type 2, because these fluctuations in blood sugar are damaging to your body, and your cells are not responding to insulin very well, and you're not storing it properly. So it's not a good thing. Being hypoglycemic doesn't mean you won't ever be hyperglycemic. It means you're really on that road. So managing a steady blood sugar is really, really, really important. And so these products really help you do that. The ashwagandha tablets, as well as the adrenal daily balance tablets, also help with that, because again, you're managing stress. And when you manage stress, you manage cortisol. You manage blood sugar. So they really help you make better choices. Simply adding more fiber to your diet. A lot of people do well by taking a really good probiotic and then taking our prebiotic fiber once or twice during the day. Fiber makes you more full. It makes you more satiated. It helps grow your microbiome. Your microbiome then makes better food choices for you because you're growing the good ones, not the bad ones. If you eat sugar, all you want is sugar. We all know that. I'm saying it and you know it's true. So fiber is another thing that can really support you in having less cravings. I like to do the greens powders like you've talked about and add a tablespoon of our prebiotic fiber in the doctor formulated line. That is a fantastic blend.
Yes.
And another thing is don't forget magnesium, because magnesium balances blood sugar, balances stress response, balances the nervous system. We're all deficient in it and we don't realize it. And I just remembered it and I always forget it. So I'm telling you right now, as I'm remembering, don't forget magnesium.
Great advice. And I have to back you up with the prebiotic. I just started using that after our conversation started. And I make a mix in the morning with my water. I add flaxseed powder and the prebiotic powder. And then I follow it up with my yogurt and my greens. And I love it. And it comes in different flavors. You could either get plain flavor or a flavor. I forget the exact flavor, but it's delicious. And I love it. Yes, exactly. Amberlynn Vital, thank you again so much for being here this week. Again, you should head to the website gardenoflife.com. They have terrific tips and recipes up there for the holidays, healthy recipes, and you can go check out all of the products that we talked about just to help get you through this time and then moving forward. And I want to thank you so much, the Passport Mommy listener, for tuning in each week, especially during the series that we've been having, From Ordinary to Extraordinary, How Moms Impact a Family's Health. Because as you know, we do impact a family's health. And I hope you've been enjoying the conversations that I've been having with Amberlynn Vital. And we wanted to partner to give you the opportunity to try the products that we've been talking about. So from now until the end of the year, we are giving you 25% off the entire Garden of Life website. All you have to do is go to gardenoflife.com, put in promo code PassportMommy, no spaces when you go to checkout, and you will get 25% off your entire order. Happy holidays from Passport Mommy and Garden of Life. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you next week.